Hey Internet, this is Maxwell with Stardude Outdoors. Welcome to my new studio. And today, I'm bringing something really special. The AR-15 Dream Build has been completed! Enough of the talk, let's bring it out and show it to you. Welcome back. So here it is, the completed build. Yeah, it's been pretty darn exciting. It's been a lot of fun building it. It's my first AR-15 I've ever built, and I looked up a lot of different processes and ways to go about building it, and I looked up different YouTube videos, and a lot of people were suggesting, start out with something small and build your way up there, or take your time and spend it on the training, which I believe is extremely important as well. But instead, what I opted to do was to go with a friend who already had an AR, do some training with him, and in the process just save up my money and build it up the way I wanted to build it up. That way there would be less extra parts or parts that I would be needing to sell off at a future date. But as I've been told in many of the forums and Facebook posts that I've put up as I've been looking for different parts, it's inevitable that you're gonna, want to sell a part or upgrade a different part. But so far, it's pretty darn awesome. So let's go ahead and talk about this rifle a little bit. So I'm gonna swing it around here, and just for you safety nuts out there, you can see so far inside here, I've got the Magpul polymer bullets, and we are completely unloaded. So, no fear. At the end of this video, I'm going to include a list of all the parts that were used in this build. I will be doing separate reviews for pretty much every part on this build and be posting them up later. Right now, we're just going to go over a quick overview of all the different parts used. Even following along in the build process at all, you'll notice that a couple things here are actually different from what I actually posted on my first video of the parts that I had selected. And of course, like anything, over time, parts change or you find something you like better, and it turned out pretty darn awesome. So from right here you can see we started out with a Seekin precision lower, and then the handrail itself is an ATI, that one ATI that I reviewed in the video. The color that you can see right here, which I believe is pretty darn awesome, this is a mix. This is a midnight bronze. Originally I was thinking about going with burnt bronze, but it seemed pretty common. I wanted to try something different. So when I went to my local gun store, he suggested trying this one instead, and it came out beautifully. So up close you can definitely see a little bit of that dark brown color, but it's a little bit subdued, so from a distance it still looks kind of dark, so it still looks pretty nice. Up on the top here we've got the Vortex 1-4x24 scope, an awesome scope if you ask me, with the flip up caps, as well as the SV2 switch view throw lever. The pistol grip that I have here is the ATI X2 Scorpion grip. This is a great grip, very comfortable with this beaver tail at the end here. Gives a real positive hold when you're grabbing on. For the buttstock, I went with the MFT Minimalist stock. This is the mil-spec version, not the commercial version. For the tube, I went with the REA5 tube by Voltor. This is a 7-position buffer tube. Position 4 seems to be about the right size for me. The front hand grip right here is by Fortis Manufacturing. This is their extended front hand grip. They also have a smaller angled foregrip, which is actually what I started with. But after trying it out and shooting with it a couple of times, I felt like it didn't give me enough positive grip, so I went with the longer version, and this really seemed to give that extra bit of grip that I was looking for. For my backup iron sights, I ended up going with the Magpul M-Bus Pros. Right here, these are the flip-up sights that are on the 45 degree right now. Also went with the upgraded sight post by Blitzkrieg Components. The charging handle is the AXTX Raptor charging handle. Absolutely love these extended grips right here. You can just really get that positive contact when you're pulling it up. For the safety selector, I ended up going with the 0-60-degree Sequence Precision. Probably one of the most important components on your rifle is going to be your barrel. In this case, I tried to find something that was both high quality but reasonably priced. The choice that I went with was the Integrity Arms 16-inch barrel. It's chambered in 223 Wild, which will allow you to use cartridges both in 223 and in 5.56. It is a 1-in-8 twist with a mid-length gas system. For the muzzle brake, I went with the Precision Armaments M472. It is freaking awesome. It does an excellent job at recoil compensation. After firing the first couple times, I couldn't believe just how flat the front end of the barrel stayed. When I fired, there was literally no movement, just pow, 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 straight in right here, nothing left and right, nothing up and down. It just was on target. Even after rapid fire shots, just boom, 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 just stayed right on target. And I'll go ahead and include some of the video footage that I have of that. For my sling attachment points, on the back here I decided to go with the Magpul QD attachment. So you got that awesome little point there. And then for the front, this is probably the only place that I really skimped out. And I found this on Amazon. I thought it was a great purchase because it was small, it was pretty nice looking, and relatively cheap. It was the UTG Low Profile QD attachment point for the Picatinny rail. So you can see that right here. But for what it is, it's perfect. So it looks like my cat wanted to join the review, so he's going to be hanging out here next to me. Before we take a look at the internals, one complaint that I kept on hearing from many different shooters was that springy sound in the back here when they fired. You fire your shot and you hear the sound of the spring rocking around and moving around and scraping on the inside of the buffer tube. To help mitigate that, I decided to go a different route and went with the JP Captured Spring. Let's go ahead, open it up, and take a look. Alright, so now we're opened up. Let's go ahead and take a look at that captured spring. So this is the JP Captured Spring here. As you can see, you got the weights right here in the front. This positions itself right against the back of the buffer tube, and when you fire, this goes back and forward, bringing back your BCG. Let's go ahead and put that back in. For my trigger group, I went with the Velocity 3.5 pound trigger. For a first-time rifle build, I believe this was a great choice in that it was reasonably priced and functions flawlessly. With a really good trigger pull, as you can see right here, just no creep at all. Pull right there. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the upper. The bolt carrier group in this is really special. This is the Cryptic Coatings bolt carrier group in the Mystic Black. One thing to note is that right before I started this review, I did take the rifle out to go shooting. So it has probably about 100 rounds through it right now. And in that time, you can see the bolt carrier group is still really nice and clean. One thing about this BCG is that it's very slick to the touch. You can probably see the reflection there. It's super smooth and very easy to clean. Got a couple napkins here. I'm just going to do this quick wipe. Look at that dirt just got off of there. And again, just nice and clean. Super smooth, great action, not too heavy. I will be doing, like I said, individual reviews of all these and weighing all the components and uploading them at a later date. So back to the upper. For the ejection port door, this originally came with a standard ejection port door, but I upgraded it to the V7 Weapon Systems light door and rod system. Not only is it light, but it matches perfectly with the look of the upper and lower. Alright, let's go ahead and put all this back together. So that's the overview of my new build. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about individual parts, comments or suggestions for any other upgrades or parts that you might think. Tell me what you think about the gun itself. You know, I think it's great. I love it. And for a first-time build, I got to learn a lot, not only about the gun itself, but how to put them together. Got to meet a lot of people in the gun community. It certainly has been a learning experience. So the overall goal of this video, what I hope to do is to inspire you to go out and make your own. Whether it be a really nice high-end build or even just a starting off build. Just get out there and do it. So thank you everybody for checking this out, watching the video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And keep an eye out for the future review videos of the different parts of this rifle. See you next time!